500,000 people died in war for nebulous reasons. We will argue that the Iraq War was unjust and that the people responsible for making the decision to start war should be held accountable. The enactment of Patriot Act violates American civil liberties. We support the arguments that when a government acts irresponsibly, the people have a right to a peaceful protest.
In 1991, Iraq invaded Kuwait, leading to the first Iraq War to liberate Kuwait. After 2 months of war, Iraq was defeated. In 1993, an alleged plot to assassinate George Herbert Walker Bush while visiting Kuwait, which was the father of George Walker Bush, was uncovered. Throughout the 1990s, UN destroyed Hussein's weapons of mass destructions. Inspections continue with varying degrees of cooperations and obstructions. On September 11, 2001, Al-Qaeda and its leader Osama bin Laden attacked the World Trade Center.
There is more and more fire and smoke enveloping the very top of the building, and as fire crews are descending on this area, it does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks like a second plane.
I did not see a plane go in. That just exploded.
We just saw another plane coming in from the side.
You did. That was out of
Yes, and that's
view.
the second explosion. You could see the plane come in just from the right-hand side of the screen. So this looks like it is some sort of a concerted effort to attack the World Trade Center that is underway in downtown New York.
Did you hear the explosion from your position?
Yes, we did. As a matter of fact, we heard it, and because I was just like standing there pretty much looking out the window, I didn't see what caused it or if there was an impact.
So you have no idea right now?
There's another one. Another plane just hit. Right. Oh my God. Another plane has just hit. It hit another building. Flew right into the middle of it. Explosion. My God, it's right.
After 1 month, George Bush signed a bill authorizing the Iraq War. That's when protests began in the US and worldwide, starting with 1,000 people in Chicago on October 2nd, rising to 100,000 in Washington, D.C. in 24 days. 2 days later, US enacted the Patriot Act, which erodes the Fourth Amendment of the US Constitution, which limits the government's rights to unreasoned search and seizure. In 2003, US and Britain invade Iraq because of alleged ties to Al-Qaeda and bin Laden. Alleged continued attempts to build chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons. No evidence was ever found for these allegations. By 2005, the majority of Americans viewed the war as a mistake in the Gallup poll.
Responsibilities of government: defend from invasions from foreign nations, defend against attacks from nature such as hurricanes, floods, and the disease, protections of life, liberty, property, conflicts resolutions among people and businesses, support of the rights of its citizens to praise, criticize, and participate in their government. Rights of citizens. According to the UN Declarations on Human Rights, all humans must have the rights to freedom of speech, freedom of belief, and freedom from fear. Human rights should be protected by law, so men are not compelled to rebel against tyranny. Historical protest. It is the right of any citizen to protest if their government is not carrying out its responsibilities. Humanity has a long history of protests, both peaceful and violent. For example, a historical protest of France. In the morning of July 14, 1789, a group formed of craftsmen and salesmen started a revolution against the King of France. This is because the citizens were starving to death and the king did not care and party all day. The king was not acting as a responsible head of government, so all of his people turned against him, even his own reinforcement troops. So they headed him at the end of the revolutions. In this scene, there's a suicide bomber kill himself, and this wouldn't have occurred if US wouldn't have invaded Iraq.
Hey, who's shooting the machine gun?
And that war will solve nothing but just create more conflicts and spread hatred.